Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Our lecture today is protein. One of the type of the elements of nutrient is protein. Three parts of nutrient can be discussed. First, protein. Second, carbohydrate. And third, fat. First, protein. Protein provides approximately 10 to 15% of energy in diet. Protein is essential for numerous structural and functional purposes and is essential for growth and repair of the body. In adults, approximately 16% of body weight is protein. 43% of this is muscle, 15% skin, and 16% in blood. Protein is an constant state of a flux in the body, with the protein being synthesized and degraded continuously. So this is very important about the composition and the percentage of the protein in the body. What is function of protein? Important. يعني أجيب من بالامتحان هيك سؤال. What is function? Function has numerous function in the body. Example of different function of protein as the following. Structural offer. Protein is important for the structure of the body, and about half of body's protein is in structural tissue, skin and muscle, and structural tissues such as skin and muscles. These structure proteins are collagens. يعني هو من يتألفنا من الكولاجين. 25% of the body protein هو الكولاجين, and actin and mucin. This is the structural type of the protein. ثلاث أنواع: collagen, actin and mucin. Second, transport. Protein act as a transport carriers in the blood and the body fluid for many molecules and nutrients. Example, hemoglobin, lipoprotein. Okay. Third, hormones and peptides are protein or amino acid chain. Example, insulin, pancreatic polypeptide. This is hormonal. يعني شنو هذه؟ يعني الهرمون، يعني ذني الهرمون اللي يدخل البروتين في التركيبة الكيميائية له. Enzymes. All enzymes are protein. Extracellular enzymic protein include the digestive system. كلهم شغلة يعني يدخل في تركيبهم اللي هن amylase, intracellular هاي الإكسترا. While intracellular enzymes are involved in metabolic pathway. Example, collagen synthase. يعني الإكسترا هاي مهمة جدا. شنو الإكسترا وشنو الإنترا؟ Example لكل وحدة. Okay. Immune function. Antibody are protein molecules. Protein are also involved in the acute phase response to inflammation. يعني البروتين is very important ويدخل في تركيبة الانتيبودي. لذلك احنا بالانفكشن وبالانفلاميشن الريسنت والاكيوت فيز يزيد يعني يزيد الانتيبودي اللي هي تدخل في عملها البروتين. ذلك التحاليل ذلك. Buffering function. The protein albumin act as a buffering in the maintenance of blood pH. يعني شنو؟ الحامضية مال البلد هو البروتين يعادل الحامضية وقاعدة. Buffering system. Okay, this is very important function of protein. خرج لكم سؤال. What is function of protein and explain it. This is 6th part of function with explanation. Structure. Protein are macromolecule consisting of amino acid chain. Amino acids are joined to each by peptide bonds. Amino acids form peptide chain of various lengths from 2 amino acid dipeptide, 4 to 10 peptide oligopeptide, and more than 10 amino acid polypeptide. هاي بجيب لكم اياها. شنو معنى دايبيبتايد، شنو معنى اوليغوبيبتايد، شنو معنى بوليبيبتايد. كل وحده اذا 2 داي، اذا 4 الى 10 اوليغو and more than 10 poly. Indispensable essential amino acid. We have two types of amino acid, either essential or non-essential. And we have this is essential. Some amino acid can be synthesized by the body, but other must be supplied by diet. يعني اما يجينا من البدي هو ساينس من البدي او يجينا from outside as a diet. These are known as indispensable or essential amino acids. There are 8 essential amino acids. Some amino acids are only essential in specific circumstances. In childhood, 7 other amino acids are essential that are not essential in adult. What is essential in child, not essential in amino acid. ذني اللي هن فقط بالchild. Why؟ يعني من هن اللي أرجينين، هيستidine، cysteine، glycine، tyrosine، glutamine، proline, and this is important. خليني أجيب لكم وأقول لكم إياها، هي خاصة بالchild. This. Okay. These amino acids essential in children because they are required in amounts larger than than can be synthesized because of high demand, immature biological pathway or combination. Okay. Requirements. The amino acid content of protein determine its biological value. Protein that can all indispensable or يعني essential amino acid is insufficient quantities have high biological value. High biological value protein are from animal يعني من حيواني قد يكون اللي هن example meat, egg, milk, dairy product, fish. If one or more indispensable amino acid or essential amino are not present in a protein, it will have low biological value. Generally, plant protein are of low biological value. كل البروتينات النباتية هي قليلة يعني low biological value يعني مو مثل الحيوانية. The indispensable amino acid that is shortest supply is known as limiting amino acid. By combining food with low biological value, it is possible to provide all indispensable amino acid in the diet. This is important in vegan diet. هاي important خلوها بالكم. vegan diet شلون يكون مالت الcombination. For example, the limiting amino acid in wheat is lysine. Okay, هاي example مهم. As already stated, protein is constantly being turned over. 3 to 4 grams of protein are turned over per kg of body weight per day. Each day, the need of each day هو 10 to 15 gram of nitrogen are extracted منها. يعني مثلا ايش قد احنا نحتاج 3 الى 4 جرام بروتين هذا، لكنه ال each day ايش قد يطلع هو 10 الى 15 gram of nitrogen excreted by urine. Small amount are lost in feces and skin. When nitrogen اللي هو protein intake equally nitrogen excretion in the body is said to be in nitrogen balance. Healthy adult will be in positive nitrogen balance. But nitrogen balance يعني taken و excreted. هاي مهمة. لذلك احنا التحليل شلون نعرف انه يعني الرينال فانكشن تيست يقاس بالبلاد يوريا والسيرم كرياتين. البلاد يوريا نيتروجين هي هاي very important. Protein. Deficiency. If energy intake is insufficient, protein will be degraded to produce energy. Protein deficiency can occur when the diet does not provide enough protein or energy, or a combination of both. So deficiency important. يعني هنا هاي مهمة عندي. Protein energy malnutrition is a major cause of the concern in development country. These include immune compromised individual like AIDS, anorexia, cancer, patient with cachexia. يعني هاي يساعدهم protein يعني deficiency malnutrition. Mild and protein energy malnutrition is fairly common among surgical or elderly hospital patients. Protein deficiency can also, and هذا وين يصير؟ البروتين وين يصير؟ and the major one and the minor one وين يصير؟ هاي شوية تحفظوا لي إياها. Protein deficiency can also occur as a result of losses in renal disease, catabolism and trauma, burn, sepsis or malabsorption. Protein deficiency ايضا يعني هنا وين يصير النقص؟ بالرينال، بالعجز البولي او العجز الجهاز البولي urinary system، وكذلك الكاتابوليزم او تروما any trauma type trauma like or burn حروق sepsis ايضا and malabsorption. Protein deficiency result in muscle wasting, stunt growth and poor wound healing, susceptibility to infection, edema and fatty liver. اذا الديفيشنسي مهمه. وشنو الريزلت اذا صار بروتين؟ يعني هو الديفيشنسي شلون يصير؟ and then اذا صار ديفيشنسي شنو الكومبليكيشن اللي ممكن تصير after deficiency. Source of the dietary protein. Source protein intake has high biological value. High biological value protein is supplied by meat product, fish, egg and milk, and dietary product. Plants such as cereals and pulses supply protein with low biological value. أقل. هاي مهمة لازم تفرقوا لي إياها بين هاي وبين هاي. الهاي واللو. جيبها MCQ. Fats. Fats are often referred to as a lipid. Lipids are described by chemists as substances that are poorly soluble or insoluble in water, but are soluble in organic solvents. Fat is the term most often used when discussing food and lipid metabolism. Over 90% of dietary fat are triglyceride. يعني هو 90% منهم triglyceride. Other type of fat include cholesterol, phospholipids, steroid and carotenoid. يعني 90% هو الترايجليسيرايد والبقيه هو الكوليسترول، فوسفوليبيد، ستيرويل والكاروتينويد. The function of it. The function of fat in the diet are. يعني شنو الفانكشن؟ هاي ايضا important, very important. شنو؟ First هو energy source. Fat provides 37 كيلو جول او ما يساوي 9 كيلو كالوري per gram. Fat provide essential fatty acids. Fat is a carrier for fat soluble vitamin. هاي very important. What is fat soluble vitamin؟ المختصر مالته هو أكيد يعني أكيد اللي هو ADEK. And we have palatability by improving taste, perception and appearance of food. أكيد يعني يحسن الفات بضابطه هو يعطي فد نكهة الطعام. And some fat are important constituents of cell membranes and can convert to biologically active compounds such as steroid hormone and interleukins, thromboxane and prostaglandins. This is what is the biological active compound. This أجيب MCQ. Cholesterol is converted to bile acids which are important in the digestion. أيضا what is the important in digestion هو الكوليسترول. Saturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acid contain carbon atoms linked by single bond and hydrogen on all available arms. They have a relatively high melting point and tend to be solid at room temperature. Saturated fatty acids are obtained from animal storage fat and their products like meat, fat, lard, milk, butter, cheese, and cream. Fat from plant origin tend to be unsaturated with exception of من هو يعني اللي هو من هو يعني هو unsaturated with the exception of coconut oil and palm oil. Some manufacture margarines and spread contain significant amount of unsaturated fatty acid, plasma low density lipoprotein, cholesterol at 6 plasma cholesterol tend to be raised by saturated fatty acid. High intake of saturated fatty acid are associated with the thermogenesis and cardiovascular disease. Monosaturated fatty acid contain only one double bond and are usually liquid تكون دائما liquid at the room temperature. Olive oil and rapeseed oil are the most concentrated dietary source of monounsaturated fatty acid. Monounsaturated fatty acids are present in many food, including meat, fat, and lard. Dietary is يعني monounsaturated fatty acid does not raise plasma cholesterol and lower LDL lipoprotein without a detrimental effect on high density lipoprotein. Polyunsaturated fatty acid contain two or more double bond and are liquid at room temperature. They are easily oxidized to food and in the body. يعني البولي unsaturated fatty acid are involved in the metabolism of cholesterol, are component of phospholipid in the cell membranes, and are a precursor of biological active compounds such as prostaglandin, interleukin, and thromboxane. Therefore, they have a vital role in the immune response, blood clotting, and inflammation. So it delivers from essential fatty acid as fatty acid, linolenic acid اللي هو this and linolenic A acid, and they are divided in 6 parts into omega 3 or omega 6 group of. اهم شيء ان تاخذوا انه omega 3 or omega 6 واللينولينيك acid is very important. الأوميجا 3 is essential fatty acid A-linolic acid found in the fish and fish oil, and the health benefits are being more fully explored. The health benefit of consumption of oil fish include improved cardiovascular risk factor. كلش مهم يعني انه هذا دهن السمك كلش مهم بالprevention of the cardiovascular disease. Okay, this is the end of this lecture. Another lecture continue about the carbohydrate and other elements of the nutrient is very important. Thanks.